Hi, my name is Benjamin Castle. Welcome back to the 40th Ice Cream Review, where today I'm at Sweet Peaks Handcrafted Ice Cream in Missoula, Montana, trying the two flavors, River Float and Griz Traks. Let's get started with the River Float. It's not often I get cornbread and ice cream, but when I do get it, it's very much appreciated. I think due to the nature of cornbread, it doesn't get icy, and it doesn't really get chewy either. It just has this pleasant, crumbling texture, like that of a fresh cupcake. And with the sweetness of the cream, the cornbread does kind of taste like a cupcake. I would say the berry inclusion is good flavor-wise, but texture-wise, they're just so icy, it's hard to get around. But the flavor of the base cream is very well done. This is honey, cornbread, berries, all coming together to make what I would usually consider a great cornbread sandwich, or just an appetizer, or midday snack. They're capturing that essence perfectly for this ice cream flavor, and I'm really much appreciating it. I'm not loving the size proportion between the ice cream and the cup. It's making it a bit hard to eat. However, I will happily move next to Griz Traks. Us being in Montana, grizzly bear country, it's only natural to have a flavor named after grizzly bears that also has caramel and chocolate and some of those classic sweets in it. Yeah, there's a good punch of sweetness, but it's not overwhelming or overpowering. It doesn't taste messed up on the mouth. It's not contributing to the saliva coagulating. It's rare to see it, but it's a sweet flavor that doesn't overstay its welcome. It tastes like, that classic fudge syrup with that base caramel. It's a good flavor. The brown coloring is of course reminiscent of a grizzly bear, though I would much prefer to see this in the wild than an actual grizzly bear. Let's try the two flavors together now and see what happens. As is to be expected, the chocolate and caramel overpower the flavors of cornbread and honey. But it is still a good addition to the Griz Traks, right? The River Float doesn't do nothing, but it's just a bit dumbed down in the combination. I would say individually they're flavors that hold their own and have enough intrigue to be consumed on their own. Now what about Missoula? Well, apparently Big Dipper ice cream, which I've already reviewed over in Billings, is the Missoula specialty. There are a couple of Big Dipper ice cream shops around Missoula, but since I've already been to them, I thought I would go see what else Missoula has to offer, and I really enjoy Sweet Peaks. I love the name, I love the vibe, I love the interior. They really have that community feel that I love to see in an ice cream shop. $6 was a bit expensive for a split scoop single, but I do appreciate the fact they had it on their menu. I like their pricing structure too. It was very, even steps up. $3.50 for a kid's, $5.50 for a small, $6 for a split scoop small. They went up in a linear fashion that sort of made sense. And I especially like to see the differentiation between seasonal or unique flavors and the classic flavors. They had a fairly good list, about 7 or 8 flavors of those classics, those ice creams that everyone comes back for and gets regularly. But they also had a rotating section of new flavors. River Float and Griz Traks are the ones I got. Those were seasonal. They also have sorbets and just a good way and reason to come back, both for the classics and for the new stuff. And so that brings me to my closing thoughts. Perfectly positioned in the Missoula downtown is Sweet Peaks Handcrafted Ice Cream. They're serving up some great concoctions and creative ideas while retaining a full list of the classics. It was $6 even, no sales tax in Montana, for a split scoop single, and I think that's fairly reasonable, even though I got a fairly small portion. It's enough to fill you up and enough to give you the satisfaction. I would absolutely come back if I'm ever in Missoula again. This is a great little spot that I appreciate everything about it. If you like this video and want to see more like it, consider subscribing, or go to finefiltermarketing.com for more on the journey. Thank you.